What is going on, Fire Family? It is your host with the most, Mr. Meyer with the Fire, back for another episode of Mars Day with Mark. This is number 87. Wow. So if you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. This is the astrology breakdown for the week of February 2nd up until the 9th. Go ahead and just hit that like right now because we're going to break it down. And I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just jump into the chart. I hope you guys are having a great day on your side of the world. So, this is the chart of the moment. I'm going to take you to the past, show you the week we just had, and then I'm going to show you the week we're going to have and break down the major aspects and events. So, right now, gang, let's go purple. The sun is at 16 degrees of Aquarius. So, I just want to say happy Imbolc to my witches out there. That is the middle of the winter for some, middle of the summer for others. So, we're turning the wheel for real. So the sun is at 16 Aquarius. Right now, the moon is waxing at 12 Taurus. We're in the first quarter stage. We've got Mercury at 13 Aquarius. We have Venus at 0 degrees of Aries. How exciting. We've got Mars at 19 Cancer, retrograde. We've got Jupiter at 11 degrees of Gemini, stationing direct. Saturn is at 17 Pisces. Uranus is at 23 Taurus. We've got Neptune at 28 Pisces and Pluto at 2 degrees of Aquarius. And our north node of the moon is at 29 Pisces, which of course is going to put the south node at 29 Virgo. So these are interesting times, and we're going to talk about them in just a moment. But do be aware that last week, and this is last Tuesday, the chart I'm showing right now. This is January 28th. We had our new moon in Aquarius. It was really on the 29th, but you can see the sun and the moon were there in Aquarius. You had basically everything in the same exact spots, except Venus was in Pisces and Jupiter was retrograde. You know, it's kind of interesting because a lot of these things aren't moving very fast, besides, of course, the sun and the moon and Mercury and Venus doing their things. But anyway, 2 weeks from now, or I should say 1 week from now, because that was 2 weeks from last week. I'm sorry. But anyway, a week. I'm bugging, man. I can't count. I said February 9th. That's not 7 days. That's 5 days. What? Okay, so February 11th. I misspoke in the beginning of the video. Next Tuesday, the sun is going to be at 11 degrees of nothing because it's at 23. What the fuck am I doing, guys? Am I okay? Am I cooked? Somebody check on me. All right. But we've got our moon in Leo next week. So really this week is all about pushing up to the full moon. And we're going to get into this in just a moment after the degrees. We've got Mercury at 25 Aquarius. We've got Venus at 5 Aries. Mars will move back to 17 Cancer. Jupiter is direct. Like I said, today it's stationing. So it's like not really going to gain any movement. And hell, it's going to be at that 11th degree for a second. We've got Saturn moving up to 18. You've got Uranus still at 23, Neptune in the same degree, and Pluto's at the same, and so is the North Node. Lilith moves to 25 Libra. Okay, so essentially, there are some interesting aspects. Let's back it up to the week that we're having, to today, to the very moment, guys. So let's just paint the picture. I just want to let you guys know what to expect, how we might be experiencing this energy, and what you do with it is what you do with it. So I just want to be a firm advocator for you creating your life. Astrology is a very beautiful tool, but a tool is only limited by our understanding and our application of its use. So you could use this tool to, try to predict your future. But if you haven't even created your past, or I should say recreated your past with astrology, it doesn't make too much sense. And I mean, at the end of the day, fam, you got to be proactive and not reactive. Like, you could have the worst transits in the world, but still do the best work in the world. Hopefully, you see what I'm saying. Every day is an opportunity to create and to live your best life and to chase the great life, health, wealth, love, and happiness. So, with the sun in Aquarius, things are kind of getting weird. The sun in Aquarius is asking you to shake your ass and stop being so spaced out. Come back to earth and connect with yourself. Okay? Truly. And like I said, guys, we're in the middle of something weird. Right now, the moon is like first quarter. If you guys are watching this the day that I'm posting it, you'll see the moon is cut in half. I eat it half of it. And I was hungry. So as we move through the week, the moon is edging, the moon is jelking, the moon is about to bust, and you are gonna just have to really let that pressure build up because it's building up regardless. So that's the thing about the waxing moon. This week, waxing moon, masculine energy. Put your goddamn dick in the dirt. I don't know what else to say. Be intentional with your life. Make sure your intentions are going to manifest because once that full moon hits, next Wednesday, some would really be working their work on Tuesday night, but that full moon next week, guys, is going to be a deep release. You probably know how the lunar cycle goes, but it's worth saying that every month we have a new moon and a full moon. And, this is how we get our months where we started new, we set intent, we have new beginnings, and we will let those seeds water and grow. And, you know, that's waxing. Full moon is like harvest time. We should be fulfilled around that time. And then we initiate the release, which is the waning moon. And then we lean into our feminine energy at that time. Okay. So the thing about this full moon, we're going to have a whole new video about this coming this week with me and my brother Christian. We're going to break it down sign by sign. If you guys haven't watched the new moon breakdown yet, I would recommend you watch that because that's going to show you what energies we've been carrying for this whole month for your specific sign. So I'll link that down below if you haven't seen it yet. And just understand that full moon breakdown is going to come pretty soon. But in general, the full moon in Leo is about letting your true colors show. It's about being full of yourself. Okay. Like I said, the moon, while it's full, gives you an opportunity to be fulfilled in a certain energy. And Leo is all about you personally. It's about the sun, the ego structure, the spirit. It's about health. It's about confidence. It's about bravery. It's about love. So this is a very beautiful time, gang. And I would also say, I'm a Leo sun. Take it from a Leo himself. The sign of Leo is also about attention. Very much so. So when it comes to this moon cycle, this time that we're in, really, the question is, are you getting the attention that you want? And are you giving yourself the attention you need? Ooh, wee. I could stop the video right there, man, because questions bring answers, and that's the message you need to receive today. You have to pay attention to yourself. You have to pour into you. You have to speak love and life into you. You have to show up for yourself, Fire Family. The sun is in Aquarius. Aquarius is not about you. And Aquarius is about everybody. It's about the group. It's about the collective. We all create the collective. And the best way to support the collective is by being your best self. Okay? Bottom line, end of story. So I want to point this out to you guys. There is an interesting aspect that's going to kick in on this full moon. The sun and the moon are going to square up with Uranus and Taurus because this moon happens at about 23 of fixed signs. So I'm telling you guys, shit is about to go down, bruh. I am telling you guys, shit is about to go down. Like, I'm not even trying to be dramatic and I'm not trying to sell you fear at the same time. I'm just trying to tell you shit's about to go down, bro. It's hard to predict the future unless you actually create it. But I guarantee on the world stage, there's going to be some chaotic ass shit happening and there's going to be a fight for freedom coming this week. All right. And, you'll see these energies play out in your personal life. But again, we'll see these in the global world, in the mundane astrology as well. So, the sun is about you. The moon is also about you, but your inner self. You know, Uranus is the planet of change and liberation and, unexpected events. It's the planet of upheaval and, massive change. So I'm telling you guys, while the moon is filling up and pressure is building, the sun is applying to a square right now with Uranus. So there's pressure building in the ego, there's pressure building in the heart. And This full moon is going to be deeply cathartic and peaceful if you are willing to confront yourself. If you aren't willing to confront yourself, you're liable to do something very reckless and stupid with this abundance of energy. Okay? I'm just keeping it a buck with you, letting you know right fucking now. Find centeredness within yourself. That's my best advice for you this week. I could say that damn near any day, but fuck. Find centeredness within yourself, Fire Family. All right. So something's about to break. Something's about to break, and it's about time. It's long overdue. And that's the thing that you got to know about this week, guys. It's gonna be a freaky week. Something's about to go down, fam. We'll see what's happening. As far as current events, I've been thinking about adding more, depth to these breakdowns and talk about some of the news and stuff, fam. And it's like I don't got too much else to say besides, we live in America. We got a new president. Again, Donald Trump got reelected. He is deporting motherfuckers. He says there's only two genders. He says drill, baby, drill. And he also says he'd like to see America be, or not America, he'd like to see Canada become the 51st state. He's saying a lot of weird shit, man. And fuck his Pluto Leo soul. I don't know if he's gonna live till his Pluto opposition. I don't think he will, but anyway. And fuck his goddamn turkey gobbler gizzard. This fucking ugly ass, orange ass, stupid ass, bigoted, racist ass, fucking idiot, man. Fuck that guy. Fuck that fucker. But anyway, I didn't vote for that fucker. Why'd y'all vote him in? I don't give a fuck what y'all feel about my political views, quite frankly. I feel like this world needs more freedom. And while I liked some of that shit he said in the inaugural address, because of course he's got to make it sound good. And I love his confidence and his bravado, but man, and just like the artificial separation has to fucking stop. And there's bigger issues than illegal immigration. Nothing about the fucking wealth disparity in this world. Nothing about the fucking housing prices being insane. Nothing about us not having free fucking healthcare. While that's normal in other parts of the world. Fuck Donald Trump's weak ass Pluto Leo soul. Fuck him. Curse his fucking mind. Like, goddamn. I can't even run this country. I'm 26. I wish I was 30 fucking 5. Goddamn. Bullshit. Anyway. No, but I can stand up and use my voice. But anyway, that's what the sun and moon are telling me to say, man. Use your fucking voice and speak up for what you believe. Speak your truth, Fire Family. That's really Aquarius energy. Be real with yourself and speak the fucking truth. All right? We can win if we all come together, man. And it's like some people forget America literally doesn't exist. Neither does China and neither does Brazil. These are all just fucking lines that we imagine and draw on the map. Crazy. But anyway, let's talk about some of these aspects that are kicking in this week. We got a couple things to talk about. I think the most fun thing to talk about is Venus and Aries. We just had Venus ingress into Aries yesterday. Guys, I'm really jazzed about this one personally. And the funny thing about Venus and Aries is that Venus will be in Aries for a long time this year, guys. Every so often, Venus has a retrograde cycle, okay? And Venus will be in Aries, starting now until let me say this because I could have taken better notes. Venus will be in Aries and go retrograde in Aries on March 1st. Then it's going to go backwards for about 40 days into Pisces. All right. So if you want, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel, by the way, guys. And thank you for 4,000 subscribers, by the way. I really appreciate it, y'all. Thank you so much. So we'll talk about this transit as we go, is my point. Venus will go into Aries like yesterday, be there direct until the 1st of March, retrograde back for 40 days, eventually hit Pisces in like the 20 something degrees. On April 12th, go direct, and it'll be in Pisces until June 6th. So we'll even have Venus and Aries, in June, maybe a little bit of July. I forget what the ephemeris said, but we got a lot of time, guys, with Venus in Aries and Venus in Pisces this year, and they'll kind of mix and mingle. We've already had Venus in Pisces for the last month or so. Okay, guys? So let's talk about this energy. I really am excited to explain this, that Venus is the planet that reflects love and beauty and our values. More importantly, this is a relationship planet, how we connect with other people, how we connect with ourselves. Pisces is the last sign, Aries is the first sign. And what's first is last, and what's last shall be first. So that's a little esoteric. I felt called to say that. I don't know what that means to you. But anyway, with Venus in Pisces and Aries this year and kind of flip-flopping back and forth, this gives us the beautiful opportunity to understand unconditional universal love and then conditional personal love and how they relate and how they differ and how to combine the two. Very cool. Venus is shining through the first house right now of the being we live in, the solar system, you could say. Venus will transit everybody's chart differently. So as you guys listen to these breakdowns, I strongly recommend that you take the time to look at your natal chart and see where these planets are hitting. Because for instance, Aquarius season will be different for a person with Aquarius in the first house than it would be for somebody with Aquarius in the 10th house of their chart. And on top of that, it would be different for somebody with Saturn in Aquarius, and it would be different for somebody with Saturn in Leo, for example. So it's important that you understand how the clock is moving on your time, okay? So Venus in Aries is a simple message from the universe saying, love yourself. Love yourself. I don't know how that plays out for you, but do everything in your power to love yourself. Astrology really is a language, and the words that came to my mind the other day was love yourself violently. And that is wild. It sounds like a paradox. It sounds counterintuitive. It sounds contradicting, but that means take yourself further with your love. Assert your right to exist and love yourself fiercely. Take yourself to a new level of love for yourself. Venus in Aries. In the first house, that's the head. That's the top of the body. That's the face, even more specifically. So Venus in Aries is really asking you to love your face. And I want to let y'all know, fam, some of you are aware, but do know that there's a difference between the way your face and body really are and your self-image. I'm going to say that twice. Your self-image and your body are two different things. I'm going to say it this way. Your self-image and your face are two different things. The way your face actually is and the way you perceive your face are two different things. And beyond the way you perceive your face, how you think about yourself is totally different than those things. Hey, they could technically be congruent, but I'd say by and large, they're not intrinsically the same thing. Okay? They could be different, they're not the same. They could be aligned, is what I'm saying. So my point is this: love yourself. Do you need convincing? I don't know why you would need convincing, fam. You exist. That's reason enough to love yourself. The fact that you are alive. You can't live very long in a temporal space without love. Don't try it. I've tried it. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. So accept yourself, embrace yourself. It's very difficult. Some would say impossible to love yourself if you can't accept yourself. So you don't need my permission, but let this be my permission to give you your permission to love and accept every part of yourself. My challenge for you is this: go to the bathroom and look yourself in the mirror. And if you don't have a mirror, use the camera on your phone. I'm almost certain you have a mirror, but I want you to look into your eyes. I want you to look yourself in the pupils and just take the time to stare at you. And don't say anything. Just look at you and just listen to your mind. Have a great time. How can you look someone else in the eye if you can't even look yourself in the eye? We can't give we don't have. It's been said often, we can't love others if we don't love ourselves. Self-love is all we really have, guys. And even when we talk about Pisces, universal love, did you guys realize, or have you realized that the love the universe gives you is infinite, but you're only going to receive as much as you feel like you're worth? So you'll see that play out with your relationship to the universe, but you'll also see that play out with people. Like I could pour all this love into you, or it could be anybody in your personal life pouring all this love into you. But if you are not willing to love yourself on the same level, you're going to feel like it's fake or false or manipulative, perhaps. Why? Because in order to love, you have to trust. So that's a whole nother discussion, guys. But I'm going to keep it simple and sweet so it can marinate in your mind. To love, you have to trust. Trust yourself is the message of Venus and Aries. And it's worth noting that this is Venus ruled by Mars. So be very wise to understand your natal Venus and your natal Mars. And let me know down below, guys. Let me know in the comments, what's your natal Venus and Mars? And how do you love yourself? For me, I lucked out. Mine are both in the same sign. Mine are conjunct in Cancer in the 10th house. So, for example, the way, and that's ruled by my moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So Cancer, Venus, and Mars, the way I love myself is just by feeling my feelings, expressing my emotions. I'm a Libra moon. So, to go even further, that's about, because there's the house, the rulership, the aspects, it all plays a part. My Libra moon comforts myself, loves myself by talking to me, expressing my feelings, connecting with good people. I indulge in beauty. I listen to music, I listen to myself. That's how I love myself. And then the 10th house, I say I love myself by achieving my goals, by being accountable to myself, by putting on for the world, by running my business, among other things, just trying to turn some wheels in somebody's head. I would really love to know down below in the comments, what's your Venus and your Mars, and how do you love yourself? And how does that relate to those placements? So here's the thing that's crazy about this placement, guys, is this is saying it's like self-indulgence, Venus, Aries. You're going to want to love your passion. Venus is ruled by Mars. So if you look at the chart, guys, Venus is in transit being ruled over by Mars in Cancer. So it's deeply emotional. It's very much about feeling your feelings, listening to what your heart actually says at this point in time. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I gave you my personal example. I am a Mars Cancer person, but I'm telling you what the sky is talking about right now. That the way you're gonna feel the most love is by listening to your actual heart. Okay, guys, and really the key, the secret to Mars and Cancer is feeling your feelings. Mars shows your orientation in life, and this is emotional, Cancer energy. Okay? And feelings are meant to be felt, yet we can choose to run, hide, numb, suppress, deny, project, and the list goes on. You can do so many things with your feelings, but I recommend that you feel them and you take time to express your emotions in a healthy way. Anger can be a very destructive emotion, but it's necessary. Anger protects you from danger. Anger shows you where boundaries have been violated. And sometimes when we don't know that why we're angry, this can be a reflection of you not understanding what boundaries that you have. You might not have mapped them out mentally, okay? So that's a very important discussion for this season. Mars will be in Cancer for a long time, guys. Honestly, it's spent long enough there already because of its extended retrograde cycle. But don't you worry, it's going to be there for a while more, okay? So indulge with restraint, be responsible. The thing that you got to understand about self-love, guys, is when the self-love is real, the self-sabotage stops. So that's the question of you loving yourself. Do you self-sabotage? And let me make this easier to take in because that's brutal knowledge. I know. It's not a binary, it's a continuum. What do I mean by that? It's not yes or no, I love myself. It's to what extent Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let me know if I'm talking to you guys in the comments, okay? It's not a binary, it's a continuum. It's not yes or no, it's, percentage levels, okay? It's circumstantial. I mean, for instance, you could love yourself fully when it comes to asserting your boundaries in relationships and never let anybody talk to you disrespectfully or do anything that harms you, and you see it instantly and cut it off immediately. But you could be the type of person that, partakes in vices and addictions and destroys yourself in a different part of your life, for instance. So you may be 100 here and 20 here. So hopefully my point is making sense. It's not a binary, it's a continuum. When the self-love is real, the self-sabotage stops. Okay? Goes deep, guys. So Venus in Aries has a lot for us to think about and talk about. I see Venus is sextile to Pluto. So love is transforming. We have many opportunities to take our love to a higher level. I think the sextile is a pretty neutral aspect, man. But and I don't like to be negative, but at the same time, I'm learning to love being real more than how anybody else fucking feels about me. You may hate me, you may hate yourself, you may feel like my good is your bad. Fuck how you feel, is what Cancer Mars says. I'm gonna just give it to you raw. Pause. No Diddy. Resume. And here's what I'm going to talk about: polarity. Because while I'm leading you guys to positive, as far as I think, positive expressions of these energies, I'm also going to tell you that, let's say you're loving with intention, Venus and Aries, and you are loving yourself and you are setting boundaries and you're not self-sabotaging. Be aware that this is self-indulgence. So sometimes compromise may not be that easy. And based on that, you may see other people in relationships want to assert their will on other people. This is Venus in its detriment. Venus doesn't fuck with Aries, guys. I need y'all to understand that. This doesn't mean this is a bad placement. Truly, it's just neutral. And truly, we invented this dignity scheme as humans. So it doesn't really hold weight anywhere besides our minds. But at the same time, you got to remember that astrology was based off pattern recognition. So we observed the world and correlated these rulerships. So there's some truth to saying that Venus has a challenge in Aries. Why? Because Venus rules over Libra. So we think the sign of balance and peace and beauty. Does that make sense? It makes a lot of sense to me, even though I know we just fabricated this shit. All right. But I digress. So you're going to see some people just, being cruel as cruel. Let me say this slowly because sometimes my words slur. Cruel. I almost said Q. Cruel. Cruelty. TLY. Cruelty. Motherfuckers not giving a fuck about you. All right. And that shouldn't matter as long as you love yourself and protect yourself. Because let's be brutally honest, every act is a selfish act. All acts in the world, even if helping people is your purpose, like it is mine, it's a selfish act. Everything is selfish. So remember that. Be selfish so you can actually have a self to give others in relationships. Okay? And, relationships are built off trust. First of all, trusting you, loving you. Then you can come up to a relationship, a whole person. This is about removing codependency, guys. That's really how I'm seeing this, among other things. Removing codependency, fulfilling your own needs, fulfilling your own desires. Guys, like Venus is ruled by the Mars, ruled by the moon. There's like such a mind fuck. But like the message I've been receiving, and it's a reflection of these transits, guys, is that you have to make yourself feel the way you want to feel. You see what I'm saying? Don't wait for someone else to make you feel the way you want to feel. Happy, loved, accepted. Fucking accept yourself. Make yourself happy. Make yourself feel good. All right. But at the same time, not through self-sabotage, not rewarding yourself with bad behaviors. All right. Love yourself enough to take care of yourself. is really what these energies are talking about. And I love the spirit of the universe. I love astrology. It makes a lot of sense to me, guys. So I hope it's making sense to y'all. Hope you're picking up on this conversation. If you guys want to grab simplified astrology, it's always linked down below. Or if you want to book a personal reading while I have them available, by all means, I'd love to help you out with your astrology. But let's talk about some of these other transits and planets. Really, as far as action goes, I'm gonna run you through like the planets and then the other major aspects. Okay. So really, Mercury in Aquarius is asking you to think for yourself. It's asking you to take your intellect to a higher level, strip things down to their base parts, and remove everything that doesn't reign true. All right. Let your reasoning be your guide right now, guys. That's a Venus and Aquarius discussion. Plus, I'm sorry, I said Venus. I meant Mercury. That's a Mercury and Aquarius discussion. So Mercury in Aquarius also has a lot to say with using your mind collaboratively, thinking really smart, innovating, changing things. Collaboratively means interacting with others. Like you have your ideas and you're limited to your ideas. So associate with smart people and ask better questions. And I've heard something called the rule of thirds. And this is different than the rule of thirds when it comes to art and pictures, but it says basically spend a third of your time with people above you so you can learn from them, a third of your time with people on your level so you can relate to them, and then a third of your time with people below you so you can teach them. But really, it's each one teach one all the time. So hopefully that empowers somebody's mind. And really, if I could be direct, this is what my heart wants to say about Mercury and Aquarius. Fuck what you believe. Make it make sense. Let your reasoning be your guiding light in this life, not your emotions. Okay? Your emotions are powerful. They're necessary. You can't live life without them. I'm not telling, again, this is not like one of those binary things. You need both. But if you let your emotions guide you in this life, man, you can fall into convictions, and convictions are an even bigger enemy to the truth than lies. And that's definitely something to think about. It's not what you don't know that's hurting you, it's what you know that's not so that actually hurts you more than what you don't know. Spirits tell me, bro, I'm going off today, fam. I did a lot of healing this last week, so you're gonna see a more evolved version of me, especially after this full fucking moon gang. Oh, I haven't even turned my swag up, bro. I know you see the big ass malachite on my chest. Anyway, what else there to talk about? Mercury trine Jupiter, thinking big. Oh yeah, prioritizing wisdom. But anyway, we've also got, we talked about Venus, we've talked about Mars, the emotional orientation. Sometimes there's frustration. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel any fucking feeling, guys. All right. But one thing I want to explain about Mars and Cancer is that, the intention is going to be intimacy and closeness. So you must love yourself and minimize your dependencies on others. Doesn't even matter if it's your family, your brother, sisters, mom, dad, minimize your dependency on others. And this sounds so weird because I'm telling you guys advice based on these times, but Mars Cancer is about stop telling people what the fuck to do all the time, dude. Mind your business. Try not to micromanage other people's emotions, or control the people you care about as well. And that's a delicate subject, and it's also nuanced because, let's say you were a mom, you had a toddler, like, bruh, that's not gonna fly, right? Bro, if you don't control that toddler, man, like there's gonna be some problems, right? So it's a principle, it's a guideline, but at the same time, you have to let context dictate your strategy. Okay? And for some people, like, just make it make sense, guys, like real Mercury Aquarius. Anyway, Jupiter is in Gemini, so the guiding light is knowledge right now, is thinking. And with Jupiter going direct, guys, I think we're gonna see a lot of blessings coming our way. Fuck, you could count them up all day, really, and the universe will just give you more and more and more. Jupiter in Gemini is also one of those detriment placements that can be kind of challenging, like when it comes to the overthinking. because your deep intuitive faculties are coming through the left brain. Like the right and the left brain are kind of mixing with Jupiter Gemini. So, I know this year has been one of questioning a lot of things. And for some people, it's a wind tunnel of ideas, and it can even be hard to catch your breath. So I'm going to pause for the cause, folks, and I really encourage you to take the deepest breath you've ever taken in your life right now. Fully exhale. Straighten your posture. Fully inhale. Try the double inhale. And these breath work practices are going to keep us centered in our daily life. Okay, guys? Posture is so important. You probably saw that if you tried it with me, but when your posture is restricted, it's going to restrict your airflow. And when your airflow is restricted, less oxygen goes through the blood, and then your cognition starts to decrease in power. So you have the most powerful mind, and you can only access it if you really breathe. Okay? It's like, as a metaphor, your mind, your brain, you could even say, is a computer, but the electricity you need is oxygen. So take your time to slow down a little bit in these energies, guys. We definitely have Uranus in Taurus and the moon in Taurus. And while I know patience is a virtue, and so is urgency and discipline and discernment, you can slow down right now. It may be a bad idea not to slow down, if that makes sense. Some people think I can't afford to slow down. And those people need to be told you can't afford not to slow down. Yeah, you may have a lot on your plate. You may have a lot of things that require your attention, and that's okay. But breathe a little deeper, catch your breath. That's going to make things make a lot more sense. Jupiter in Gemini is telling you to make sure you're learning. As long as you understand learning is part of the process, you should be going through life pretty optimistic at this time. Things will start making a lot more sense. And one thing about Jupiter Gemini, guys, is you have to be selective in the knowledge that you integrate. What do I mean by that? Like, not everybody has the right answers for you. Frankly, we all have different question papers. So you have to spend enough time with yourself and hearing your own conversation with yourself, and more than that, your higher self. So I gave you some homework, and please don't forget, guys. Some of y'all did forget already. I'm going to repeat it. Your homework, because you watched this video, guys, because you're interacting with this. If you're still listening to this message, you care about this content enough to receive it. So this is the easiest homework, and it's the most fulfilling. What I need you to do, what you need you to do truly, is to go into the bathroom and look yourself in the mirror and spend at least 5 minutes. Set the timer if you have to, at least 5 minutes, and then just look into your own eyes and don't say anything. That's the prerequisite for this. 5 minutes in the bathroom, uninterrupted, alone time. Don't say anything to yourself. Make sure it's quiet. Look yourself into the pupils. You can go ahead and get close, but just listen to yourself, okay? Spend like at least half the time looking into one pupil and half the time looking into the other. One of them is your sun, one of them is your moon. So look into both of them, listen to you, and take your own advice, because you're very smart. Listen to you, okay? And we all have different questions. We all have different tests in this life, fam. So you can fail miserably by trying to copy off of other people's papers. Okay? Saturn is in Pisces. Don't let your dreams be dreams, fam. There's the stellium in Pisces, Saturn, Neptune, North Node. You either get to chase your dreams and live them, or you get to go to sleep and dream them. And frankly, guys, sleep is very healing. It's very powerful. Make sure you get plenty of great rest. Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, North Node here is saying, gang, you can make your wildest dreams come true. This world is but a dream. So please practice visualization. Get in the habit of visualizing the life that you want to live. And beyond visualizing it, feeling it. Because the visualization is said to be the electric charge, the feeling is the magnetic charge. And when you put them together, you have a closed circuit and you start to manifest that energetically into the world. And it starts to manifest towards you guys, towards us. You know what's really sad is a lot of us are failing in our own fantasies. It's unfortunate, it's tragic, it's heartbreaking, it's sad. And you know why that is? A big part of that is a negative self-image, a dejected and sad and depressed view of yourself. Okay? You can change that. How you see yourself is your choice. But the past conditions the present. So if we don't deal with that shit going on in our hearts, our sadness, our anger, our aggression, our strife, our traumas, our grief, our rage, it's going to be hard to attach joy to the dreams we have in the future we want. And it's going to be harder to manifest it, guys, because 9 times out of 10, most people don't want to be sad and angry. There's nothing bad about being sad and angry, by the way. I'm going to repeat that, like, because I've said that earlier this video. But in terms of density, because I'm going to keep it clear, not good or bad. Joy vibrates at a higher frequency. Anger vibrates at a lower one. Fear vibrates even lower than anger. You understand? So high vibrations will help you move through this life easier. Right. So, and a lot of us just want to be happy. We just want to be in high spirits, right? So it's like, think about it, gang. If you want to be, insert any manifestation, a millionaire, in a happy relationship, in a great job, um, famous, all these things, whatever it is, insert yours. If you want to be that, but the moment you think about that, you get afraid or you get mad or you get fucking depressed, how attractive are you to that life energetically? The answer is not very attractive. And because you value joy, you'll be repulsed by that vision. Okay? So, gang, I want to say there's some spiritual gymnastic exercises we're doing right now. How crazy is that? Like, this is some deep shit, fam. And I really encourage y'all to do that silent mirror exercise because Saturn is in Pisces also, guys. And the ancestors are loud right now. And I'm speaking from my experience, so don't get offended. And if getting offended is a choice, a lot of us just don't shut the fuck up. We just talk too much. We just think too fucking much. We just don't fucking listen. All right. I know I can speak for that. I know what that's like. Spirit sat me down heavy this week, and it's making more sense because I'm shutting the fuck up and I'm listening. Okay? If you listen, Saturn, in other words, your ancestor, they will show you how to clear your karma. You just have to actually listen and want to be great. Okay? Karma is a weird word. It's misunderstood by a lot of us. And I just want to say it's an Eastern concept. A lot of us are Westerners. The general idea is cause and effect. But there's a difference between karma and dharma. Cause and effect is loosely connected to karma. Dharma is sole purpose. Okay? And karma is not a fatalistic, jury system. It's cause and effect. It's action reaction. Okay? But the idea behind the Dharma wheel is that we've got a purpose for being here. There's a reason your soul even chose to have this body and have those parents. Okay? So Dharma is your life's purpose. Karma is said to be that stuff you pick up on the way. And the idea is by being powerful, being willing, being loving, being wise, power, love, wisdom, by having those virtues, by doing your life's purpose, you burn off the karma automatically. Saturn in Pisces is about clearing karma. Okay? And these Saturn Pisces people, they got a lot to teach us right now. So pay attention to these Saturn Pisces people. They are some of the most beautiful and healing people in the world, and some of the most psychic, and some of them care the most about the universe and everything. And you can learn a lot from anybody, but especially these Saturn Pisces people. And I want to say, fam, because this I can feel it in my soul. These are some of the most hurt people too. These are some of the most wounded individuals in the world because they feel the weight of the world on their souls. And they see things we don't fucking notice, y'all. A lot of these people have a fear of God. They have a fear of the universe. They have a fear of falling short when it comes to collective responsibility. Like, bless the Saturn Pisces people, fam. And if you have Saturn and Pisces, don't be so hard on yourself because your life, you're shadow boxing demons, fam. And it takes time to understand the nature of your own mind and how a lot of these collective issues are not your fault. And a lot of these issues are nobody's fault. The blame game doesn't really have any winners. So, casting out blame, embracing our unconsciousness, our shadow side, integrating it, turning the lead to gold, ceasing having enmity with all beings, that's a tough task. It's a lot of work to do, guys. When we talk about the Dharma wheel, the great work, it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. A lot of people are doing everything but the work. So I just want to salute you. If you're doing inner work, salute, fam, because you're actually part of the solution. You're not part of the problem. If you can receive this message, I'm going to go as far as to say, if you've watched this video up until this point, you're part of the solution. I know how energies work, and I've spent so much, I'm so blessed. I've spent a lot of time around people, whether it was in public with my various jobs I've had before entrepreneurship, but a lot of time with the public as a business owner, as a psychic reader, mixing and mingling with people's souls. I'm a very attractive person, but that says by virtue of polarity, I'm a very repulsive person to other energies. So I'm certain if you can receive this message, you are part of the solution. Okay? And this ain't about me, fam. I'm just trying to substantiate my claim as I'm saying this. I know if you're hearing me right now, you're part of the solution. And you may even look at this world confused as fuck, fam. If you're not confused, you're not paying attention. Let's be honest. Like, weird shit is happening. This is a weird world to live in, man. Nowhere else in the universe feels like Earth. This shit is wild, guys. Bruh. Oh, man. So I appreciate you guys receiving this message because I know I'm not for everybody. I really understand that, okay? But the ones who get it. And I also want to say, guys, because back to the, I could talk about the outer planets. I guess maybe we'll touch on those in a minute. But this week we have Mars trine Saturn. Like I mentioned, Mars is going back about 1 degree. Saturn is at 17. So, you're going to see a trine, a gift, and that's going to be aligning with your Dharma. Mars trine Saturn. The gift is, executing on your tasks, being responsible. It's going to feel easier this week. So take note of this, guys. And I will just say, like, even on an unconscious level, this transit, this season right here, this Mars Saturn trine is what is responsible for a lot of people finally stepping up in their life and being like, no, enough is enough. I'm setting boundaries with myself or boundaries with others. That's got to do it. It's about being locked in, really. And really, there's a million ways to explain it. I think you guys get the picture. Just please accept the gift of the Saturn trine Mars this week and work hard, but work smarter than you work hard. Find a good rhythm. And I want to say, because these are both largely emotional, you need to really lean into your feelings. And I want to give you guys an example. Like my fitness journey, it's Tuesday. I just got back from the gym. So I've got it in. And guys, I'm telling you, my fitness journey, like growth is jagged. There's sometimes you're up and down, up and down, up and down. I had a period in my life, within the last 12 months where I was doing like 200 plus push-ups a day, all types of workouts and mind over matter, matter under mind. And it got to the point where I was working out so much, I was starting to get pains in my shoulders and stuff like that. And it wasn't good for me. And, mind you, I'm healing my emotions, I'm healing my mind. And also that's changing my posture and things of that nature. So it's like, here's the point, the Mars Saturn trine. Like I'm in the gym lately and I'm like taking my reps, my weight down and some of my reps down, but I'm working on like range of motion and form. And I'm realizing that like I'm actually growing my body with, it feels like less effort, and less strain. And I'm actually getting better by doing less. It's crazy. So I hope somebody's able to use that story to apply to your Mars Saturn trine right now because it's really about your emotions, the Cancer energy, and your dreams, your Pisces energy. They're going to help you synchronize right now. Okay? And that's cold, fam. That's the best way I could put it. Like, and really, you're gonna miss out on that if you don't spend enough time by yourself. Okay? So please make sure you're breathing deep and beyond the mirror talk. I really prescribe you daily meditation. I can't force you to take the damn medicine, but it's written out there for you. There you go. Take two and call me in the morning. Anyway, last thing I wrote down in my notes, Saturn is semi-square to Pluto. So arguably, like, and I touched on this in the very beginning with the sun and the moon, but like, yeah, these are weird times in society. A lot has to change, a lot has to give. And these are the same transits that force us to become aware of our psychology, truly. And the thing that you got to understand, and this is hard to accept, is that like the problems you see in the world are largely problems you see in yourself. But at the same time, I'm not trying to gaslight y'all and tell you that the world doesn't have problems because it absolutely does. It absolutely does, fam. Just open your eyes and see it. This world is fucked. This world is beautiful, but it's fucked up. Why are people dying in war? Why are people diseased? Why is there poverty? Why is there racism? Why is there assault? Why is there violence? It doesn't make any motherfucking sense. I mean, yes, it does, but the higher reasoning says we can do without that shit. We can build a better world. And we will. It will take time. It might not be easy. And it really requires strength. Okay. And it also requires you to actually be not afraid of the world. That's the bottom line here, fam. You can't be afraid of the world. You have to be willing to make sacrifices in order to do something empowering for yourself and for the world. Playing small doesn't serve anybody, fam. That's really the bottom line. I'm gonna talk on these outer transits and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna take care of me and I'm gonna do readings and such. But Uranus is in Taurus. Very interesting, unstable times for some. I would say for many guys, this is the transit. So the point is stabilize yourself, understand your true values, be resourceful, spend time with the earth, care about the earth. And you know what's funny, guys, is the earth will make you care about her. She will force you to motherfucking care. If you don't care, you'll hear about it. I'm telling you, fam. Like the earth has a consciousness, and I think a lot of us know this, but the earth has a consciousness, and if we neglect her, she will always have the last laugh, and she will fucking cry while beating your ass with the natural disasters. Seriously, she's a great mom, but you have to respect her fucking house. Okay? Neptune is in Pisces. And this is interesting because Neptune and Uranus are going to switch this year. So Neptune in Pisces is about our collective, our culture waking up to unity. And this has been here for about 12 years or so. And we're waking up and it's cool. And a lot of like guys, a lot of us have been switched on. And like I was divining last night. Yeah, it was last night. And Spirit told me the shift already happened, y'all. It's like, yeah, it already happened, fam. Like we're in there like swimwear, fam. It's it's Neptune in Pisces. So just remember it's a dream. Don't get lost in the sauce though. It's a blessing that Saturn's up there with it, helping us stabilize this same energy. We are so lucky. Neptune in Pisces is telling you to have some transcendence in your life, but do this in a healthy way, okay? Because we could escape in forms that are detrimental. That's really the best way I could put it. I think y'all get the picture. And then Pluto in Aquarius, 20 years of Pluto Aquarius says the world soul wants freedom, okay? And united we rise, divided we fall. We can always do more with a unified collective effort as opposed to an individual one. Embrace your inner leader and stand up. And remember, leaders set the pace. leaders take charge, but also leaders employ the strengths of other people. So, what can we do as a collective? That's my question for everybody today. So, hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. I think that's the highlights. Yeah, it's like sometimes I just let my intuition speak to me as I'm going through this, but that's the chart. I love it. If you like it, I love it. I love you, Fire Family. It's been a blessing. It's your host with the most, Mr. Meyer, with the fire, here to take the collective vibration higher. Our sole intention is to reconcile all paradox with love and truth, and I love you. Take care of yourself.